Hey there, my name's Niandra. I play Survivor a lot, and lately I've wanted to get serious about improving, so I'd like to quickly review some of my plays. I'm gonna look at 2 clips and discuss what I did well, what I did not so well. As a side note, I was playing with friends in some of these clips, so you will hear them talk sometimes, which I apologise for. Okay, so number 1, we're on Midwich and the killer is Bubba. I hear a terror radius and know he's on my floor, but I don't know exactly where he is, so I use the time to look around me and see what I've got to work with. I know he's getting closer and I've got 2 pallets nearby, so I decide to sit on one.
I'm gonna go do it downstairs, chat. That's basically let me die.
My fans are in his torch.
With that pallet down, I remember the one I saw earlier and make my way to that. I know that if I repeat myself and just throw it down on him, I'm probably dead and haven't bought my team that much time, so I want to make this one last longer. He revs the chainsaw and I don't want to wait at the pallet. A chainsawing Bubba is scary, but I know that I can stop it with a stun as long as I'm not caught out. I wait at the pallet, but not because I want to throw it down. Instead, I stay put to look for the killer's red stain to make sure he doesn't double back. So again, I keep moving and make sure to watch the red stain. I throw the pallet down only when I'm sure that I can't make another loop around. Now, I run Lithe, which gives me speed when I fast vault, so my goal here is to either use that or force him to break the pallet so I can gain distance that way. I see Bubba go to stand in front of the pallet and I turn my camera view away from him, assuming that he's breaking the pallet. However, he didn't actually commit to the breaking, he faked it by standing still. I got taken out of the game because I tunnel visioned and made an assumption, and I can't even be mad about it. Now, imagine if I had taken the approach of the second pallet and applied it to the first instead of just waiting around it. That could have potentially bought the rest of my team double the time, which they kinda needed since someone was dead. Moving on, at clip number 2, I'm against an Oni. This killer is very good at snowballing a match when survivors are injured, so my goal is to delay that initial hit as long as possible. Starting off, I'm near Shaq and he's coming towards me. Although Shaq is the strongest loop in the game, I decide I'm going to use Lithe to get to the tile next to it because I'm just a slut for throwing down Shaq pallet early. Once I get to the next tile though, I'm not sure what to do, so I linger near the pallet while I figure out what he's doing. I hug the wall, then turn right to reverse, which gets me a step away from the killer, but the wall as well. I throw the pallet down early to avoid the risk of a stun the killer and still get hit situation, and use the break time to make distance back to Shaq. I go through the window and head right, looking behind me because I want to make sure he sees this so I can then turn the other way. I could go right to keep looping Shaq, but we just saw him enter the window and there's nothing stopping him from climbing back through, so let's go back to the other tile. There really wasn't any logic to this vault besides I've lost sight on him, I don't know what else to do, let's go back to Shaq. I decide to run through Shaq pallet and he misses a swing. Pretty sure if I had thrown it I would have gotten hit here. Sometimes I'll do a 360 then just have no idea what to do next, so I just delay the hit by a couple of seconds. Anyway, I use the distance to go to the other tile, then keep going. 2 reasons: I used the pallet on the first tile, and now that I'm bleeding, I'm kind of feeding him, and there's allies nearby, so I'd like to make distance from them if I can. I tap healing because I run distortion, which hides my aura and scratch marks when the killer tries to read the aura, and there's a chance he has nurses calling. He doesn't, so I pretend to vault the window in panic, then go for the other vault. Now, I know he's on my right, so I head left and just start fumbling like fuck, which gives Oni distance. I know that I've let him get close enough that I'm gonna get hit if I try to vault, so I just leave the tile and try to buy some time with some blast resort 360s until I'm just downed. And there we go, that's all for me for this quick analysis. I've never actually analysed my Dead by Daylight plays before, so I'm not like amazing at it, but I had a little fun doing it and maybe you'll learn something. Thank you for watching, let me know if you want to see more, and have a nice day.